everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Anna and I post fashion styling videos every single week on this channel. And today I want to share my top tips and tricks with you on how to look expensive, polished, clean and chic. As for probably most of you, the way that I dress and put outfits together really affect the way that I feel and how confident I am. And I really want to share my tips and tricks with you because having done fashion blogging for about 3 years now, I have collected quite a few tips and tricks that really impact the way that I develop my style, and I really want to share these with you and hope that they will help you just as well. So I've come up with all of my favorite tips and tricks and I've saved them on my phone, so we're gonna go through these together. So my tip number one is that if you invest in a good quality basic, it will save you money in the long run. The reason for that is simply that these are my wardrobe staples, my wardrobe basics that I just wear on rotation. I probably reach for them 90% of the days, and that's 10% of my closet consisting of my basic tops, my basic skirts, buttons, trousers and dresses. And these are the kind of things that I wear on almost an every single day basis. They also get washed the most, which means they use wear and tear is just the highest out of all of the pieces in my closet. And if I do not invest in good quality basics, that will show. If you, for example, have a very simple white shirt and you have one from H&M for like £5 or £10, and then you've got a very good quality one, for example from Millen or from Ted Baker, you will really see the difference. That may be £50, but you will also really see the £50 difference, especially after washing it for a couple of times and wearing it for a couple of times. So my favorite places to go when investing for good quality basics is first of all & Other Stories. For example, I've got one long sleeve shirt from them that is probably the only one that I always wear, and I absolutely adore this. Whenever I wear it, I get so many questions on where it's from because it has this very interesting little seams. It looks a bit different, but it is a white like long sleeve shirt. It is something super basic, but I've washed it multiple times. It still looks absolutely in pristine condition, and it still looks like a bit of something extra. So if you're really feeling basic one day and you do want to wear a white t-shirt, you can go to something like that and still have an elevated look. Another place I really love to go to, for example, is Millen. They always do very high quality basic pieces, especially if you're looking for workwear wardrobe. That's quite a good alternative to Reese, for example, as well. Ted Baker is a brand that I absolutely adore, not only for like these basics, but for all of their designs. And then another place that I really love to shop for my basics would be Abercrombie. Abercrombie has got so many amazing, like, good basics. I feel like everybody knows that by now. The dress that I'm wearing right now, for example, is Abercrombie. Very simple white tweed dress. So easy to style, and something that I wear pretty much almost every single day. And another brand that I really love for my good old basics is Lily Silk. Silk is just one of my favorite materials, and this is not sponsored or anything, but it's really just a brand that do the best silk products and silk clothing and blouses, and I tend to go there a lot for my workwear. And since I do wear dresses on an every single day basis, and if you landed on this video, chances are you have a similar style, another brand that I love to shop my dresses from is Forever New, and especially like very simple dresses that just are really nicely manufactured, that have a good quality material, have nice buttons, nice seams, that little frill, that little extra detail. And yes, these dresses are a bit more expensive, but considering the cost per wear, these are probably some of the cheapest dresses I have, just because I wear them so often and they still look like they're in pristine condition. So yeah, generally with all of your basics, the cost per wear is going to be so much lower because you just wear them so much that you can really invest in them. Tip number 2 is to never underestimate the power of your jewelry. If I do not know what to wear, most likely it's going to be just an all white easy outfit, and then I'm just going to add loads of jewelry on it to make it look more extra special and put together, and that quite often works. So for example, right here I'm wearing my favorite little like a gold bangle and friendship bracelet from Monica Vinader. My ring is Missouri. These are from a Danish brand called Pauline Codroy. Also my pearl necklace is just something I wear on repeat every single day. I just know they will last me forever, and I still love them just as much as I did on day one. And again, just adding one simple necklace to a very simple like linen shirt, you're going to have such a more elevated, polished and put together look. And again, the great thing about it is you can get jewelry at all different price points, depending on what your budget is. These are just some of my personal favorites. Now for bags, shoes and belts, I would always say it's worth investing in good quality staples, because again, you can mix and match them with everything in your wardrobe, especially with your good quality basics. Again, these are just the things that I would personally invest in that will in the long run help me to look more expensive. Now, I'm not a huge fan of fakes, but I firmly believe in buying dupes, especially when it comes to shoes, because I am not willing to splurge on my shoes. I know I will wear them, they will tear after time, and I will have to replace them, because nothing gets me like worn out shoes. For example, these little ballet flats are from a brand called Yonak. They're super nice quality, real leather, and in case you can tell, they are a perfect dupe for these Chanel ballet flats. I'm going to leave up a picture on the screen. A recent addition to my wardrobe would be these gorgeous little sling bags. They are from a brand called Hügel. I think they're a German brand. I'm definitely going to leave them linked down below as well. The quality of them is insane. Like, the leather is so soft. Even the gold buckle doesn't look cheap on them. And these are just a perfect dupe for the Gucci sling bags, just at a much more affordable price point. But they're, again, not a Zara dupe. You don't want to go cheap on these basics or on these pieces that can elevate your outfit, but you do want to go for kind of the direction of a dupe. And then another favorite of mine are obviously the Dune slides. These are a perfect dupe for the Hermes sandals. And again, this is some place where I know I can wear them over and over again. They will still elevate every single outfit, but I do not have to splurge on an Hermes sandal to get that look. Bags, on the other hand, I do think investing in good quality designer bags is worth it, but that is just personal belief. You do not have to spend that much. I would personally just always look out for a bag that is made out of real leather, a good quality, generally something that is a bit more structured rather than slouchy. And if you have the choice between wearing smaller bags or a big bag, I would always tend to a slightly smaller bag. I find that looks more polished, more clean and elegant. My favorites for that would be, for example, Coach is a super good place to start with. It's not a ridiculous price tag, although the prices are higher. Or Teddy Blake, for example. I've got 2 bags from them that I absolutely adore. They just look so cute. They really do give a certain luxury aesthetic and look and feel to them, but they definitely do not have that price point. And same goes for belts. Again, I have got a Coach belt, which I absolutely love. I've got one from Ted Baker. Just one of these like more premium high street brands, I would say. They're that kind of entry designer, but not quite designer-esque. That will really elevate a look without having too much logo going on. I feel like a Gucci belt is just going to bring a look down. Generally, anything that has too much of a logo on it, I would highly avoid that and rather go for something that is just a good quality, a real leather, a good quality metal for the buckle, and for me that would already be the perfect belt. And then I would always try to mix and match my belts, shoes and handbags. You can go all out with the accessories. Also, neckties for me personally are something that I absolutely adore to wear. This one, for example, I got for my birthday from my mom. It's like a very simple silk little necktie. It's white and has these black polka dots. I've bought another one on holiday, which was super affordable, and again, adding that to a simple white dress completely transforms the look. Also, a little hair bow is something that I do love to throw in every now and then. I just think that gives it an extra polished look. You do have an extra detail in there, but if you pair that with like good quality basics, it doesn't look too much. It never looks as though you're wearing a costume. It just looks really nice and like you put a little bit of effort and more detail into your outfit. And of course, I cannot miss sunglasses. Sunglasses are such an important part of every outfit, and I personally wear my sunglasses whether the sun is shining or not. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a bit of a crap day and I do not feel like putting on makeup, like doing my hair and everything. So I'll just have it back, put on my sunglasses, and I can just hide behind them and everything's gonna be fine. Nobody's gonna see me. And generally I feel like sunglasses add a bit of mystery to every outfit, which I quite like, and I find it also gives a more expensive look as well. My next tip would be to take good care of your clothes, and one thing I would recommend everyone should have is a bubble off or lint roller or lint. remover. Initially, what you do is you take this little piece of technology and you hold it up against, for example, your favorite jumper that has a few bubbles on them. And then you can just raise off the bubbles and the fabric is gonna look as new again. Of course, you can't do that every too often because otherwise the fabric is gonna get thinner and thinner over time. But these bubbles just happen, especially if you have got like wool jumpers, cashmere jumpers. They are quite drawn to those to be bubbly after time. So what I would suggest is get one of these to make your clothes always look in pristine condition. Same thing goes for wrinkles. I cannot stand wrinkled clothes, so what I always have is a steamer at hand. You can get super cheap ones from Amazon. I've got a very small one that I can take with me on any travels. Another tip, if you are traveling and you can't take a steamer, always take at least your straighteners, because when I'm traveling, I will always just hang up my clothes. If I do not have any time to steam them, I'll just take my straighteners and roughly go over them. That will erase any wrinkles. Of course, you do have to watch out a bit which materials. Again, I wouldn't recommend doing that with any polyester materials, but if you have any like non-synthetic fibers, that's going to work. Also, steaming your clothes is better in the long run because every wash is true testament to your garment and it will age it a lot quicker. Whereas if you air dry your shirts or whatever you worn and then you steam it to freshen it up and to erase any wrinkles, it's actually going to last you longer. So that is also a tip on preserving your clothes. Another thing that really annoys me are dirty shoes. I always use something to whiten my shoes. There are these like white polished shoe cleaners. I will use them especially for my white trainers. And then also replace your shoelaces every now and then. It is so easy, literally just go to the craft store and get a pair of shoelaces for like £2 to £5 and then replace them. It will freshen up the look of your shoes and it will also make them look a lot more polished and clean. And then last but not least, I would say spritz a bit of perfume or have a soap bar in your closet just to really give a fresh scent to your clothes. That also helps a lot. Another thing I want to talk about is silhouettes and tailoring. For me, tailoring is one of those things that I really only do with the signature and like staple pieces in my wardrobe, and also the ones that were a bit more expensive, but it's definitely worth considering it. Now, one thing I would always do is I would mix and match any of my like tailored or more chic, more smart looks, I would say, something that is almost more workwear for me. I would always match that with some of my staple basics. For example, an oversized linen shirt and a pair of tailored trousers goes perfectly together, and then you mix and match that with your high quality like shoes and bags and belts and neckties and everything, and you have such a chic instant outfit. It's so easy to style and so easy to wear as well. And my favorite places for that again would be probably Karen Millen, Ted Baker. Reese is a very good address as well. And then I would also say Naked. I love Naked linen. Wearing a lot of that this summer. So that is one place. Abercrombie do such good trousers as well. So I'm definitely going to leave some recommendations linked down below. You do not have to invest in tailoring, but just make sure that your clothes fit. For example, if you see there's like a button slightly coming off, or the buttons don't really add anything to the look or the piece of garment that you're wearing, you could easily reattach buttons yourself. You can easily switch up buttons yourself. Maybe you've got like a top or a dress or something that has a plunge neckline. If that neckline comes too low, then just do yourself a favor and just stitch it a bit higher. That's what I do all of the time. Do not have a lot of cleavage and I'm not really comfortable on low necklines, so I always stitch them up a bit if they come too low. And trust me, you do want to avoid a safety pin, because you will always be able to see a safety pin, and you will always be able to see when when I see someone and they're wearing a safety pin, for example, for like a clubby dress that is maybe a bit revealing. I just think that instantly cheapens the look, whereas you could have easily popped a stitch there and it just would look so much more tailored and fitted to your body shape. Another thing I want to talk about are those slight subtle details. These are pretty much all about the fit of your clothing. So for example, it's about the neckline you're wearing. For example, if you're wearing a shirt, a colored neckline, a blouse, make sure to steam that color just so that it looks and sits in the right places, that it looks like you're paid extra attention to your outfit and the way that it actually fits you. Same goes for tucking in your shirts. Do you want to tuck it in? Do you want to have a loose tuck? Do you want to tie it into a knot? There are so many ways of elevating your outfit just by whether or not you're tucking in your shirt. And for me, that is something you should definitely consider when you put your outfit together. It will also make everything look a lot more considerate. And then another thing is when you roll up your sleeves, do you just want to shove them up? Do you want to like really fold them up, take the time to like neatly put everything together? That just makes such a difference already. Okay, another thing I want to talk about is accentuated shapes. And for me, puffed sleeves are the way to go. You guys know I love them, and it means anything extra. So if there's something on your body that you want to accentuate or maybe you want to conceal, then you can so easily play with that with your clothing. For me, puffed sleeves are something I just absolutely love. I love the way that it adds structure and dimension to my outfit. For example, one of my staple and favorite pieces is this white little dress from Abercrombie. It ticks all of the boxes I have talked about so far, but it also has these amazing puffed sleeves, which to me just add such an interesting detail to the outfit and just makes it so much more me. And also makes it look like I've really considered this purchase and not like it's something you would get everywhere. Another thing that I love is just to accentuate my waist. So all of my shorts will always have a belt on them, whether it's a built-on belt that really cinches me in or just a regular pair of shorts where I put a belt on top. I will always try to have something like a classic fit and flare silhouette. I just find that looks the most flattering on me, and I also think it adds a bit of a designer look to the overall outfit and makes it a bit more runway-esque. Okay, tip number 7 would be to have your grooming routine. I always wear a light or semi-light makeup, something that makes me feel and look fresh. Same thing goes for my hair. I will always have it done in a way that I think adds beneficially to the overall appearance. For me, there's curls. I do not wash my hair on an every single day basis, but I will make sure it looks shiny and polished every single day. Every time you go to the salon, instantly make a new appointment for the next time. That way you just have these things sorted out for you, and it really shows if you invest in like a good hairdresser or not. Also, same thing goes for any hair care products. I always ask my hairdresser for advice. They probably know it the best. What, for example, I think is really important for me is to avoid my hair being frizzy. I just feel like that just brings down the overall appearance. What I really love for that is the Color Wow anti-frizz spray. It also makes my curls last a lot longer, so I'm going to leave that linked. Something my hairdresser recommended to me, and I just love it. And she just knows my hair the best, so I trust her with that opinion. Another thing I would always say is have your nails done. You do not have to go to a nail salon. I do not do that either, but I make sure that they just look polished and maybe have like a clear coat or French tip or something on that every single day to make them look polished and clean. Another thing I do is every week, I would say once in a week, I exfoliate my body with a cleansing scrub and then I will fake tan. I just find it gives me a much more healthy, glowing complexion, and it also reflects a happier, healthier me, which directly converts to the way that I feel about myself. So that is something I love to do, and it actually doesn't really take that long. It's 10 minutes of work, and then you wash it off the next morning and you're good for an entire week. Tip number 8 I definitely want to talk about is workouts and exercise on a daily basis. Workouts give you endorphins. Endorphins make you happy, and happy people do not cheat their husband. Not what I want to say, but definitely working out does make me feel better. It improves my posture, it improves the way I feel about myself, it improves my confidence, and it is something that I also portray. So again, that is something that is really important to me and that I feel really adds to your look, makes you look more polished, put together, confident, sophisticated, and all of these things that will make you look more expensive. And also, if we feel better, we look better, and what we are on the inside, we do portray on the outside. So that is definitely something I want to give across. So pay attention to your exercise, to your workouts. Of course, also what you put inside of your body, because initially we all are what we eat, but that's a different topic. Tip number 9 has to do with the color palette. I personally love to go for neutrals. I find neutrals do look overly more expensive and more classic. If you like to wear colors, you do you do whatever you like the most. I personally just like neutrals, and what I really love are monochrome outfits. I find they always look more expensive, chic, and pulled together. So on a day that I do not know what to wear, I will most likely wear an all beige or an all white outfit, accessorize it with my staples, maybe a nice belt, maybe nice jewelry, and then I'm good to go. And it's always going to be something that I can rely on, that will look expensive even though I've put minimal effort into it. My final tip, number 10, is about fits and dresses. Personally, I prefer skirts and dresses over trousers. I just find they give a more feminine look and they make me feel better. They make me feel more polished and put together. Same thing goes for co-ed sets. If I do not know what to wear, I just love to put on a co-ed set because all of the thinking has been done for me. It's a perfectly put together outfit and you can accessorize it the way that you like it. Same thing is with dresses. They're just no-brainers. They're so easy to put on, but yet they will always look a bit more elevated than if you're going for like a standard pair of jeans. Generally, I would avoid them. Talked about that in the tailor part of the video. Tailored trousers are a very good option if you do like trousers more than skirts. Personally, I would say just wear whatever makes you feel more polished and put together. Put that extra effort in the 5 minutes in the morning where you have to curate your outfit and feel good the rest of the day. So that rounds up my personal tips on how to look more expensive and how to feel better in your outfits. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, then definitely please leave a comment down below and I would love to see you here next time. Bye!